as we look at outside providers, how reliable are they? How willing are they willing to commit to actually having an infrastructure that's as bulletproof as it can be? How reliable they are? What happens if something goes down? Does that mean that we stop seeing patients? Does that mean that someone is in the middle of a procedure and they can't get to something, that something's compromised? And on the other side of the fence, we still look at this as any business proposition, which is how much does it cost me?
And it's just the nature of this industry. And you're right, vendors are terrible at it, but vendors drive these kinds of products that get to market.
The customers want everything, and they're expecting it to be secure, reliable, very cost effective, and basically taking no disruption to your existing infrastructure. But I think that's true.
Well said.
What are some of the key things that are coming up as you try to meet customers' needs, other than the obvious ones like security and compliance?
They want everything. They want everything on demand, network, servers, desktop, storage. They want quick provisioning, right? They don't want to have to go through a long process and take weeks to get a server, because customers won't put up with that anymore. They want it almost instantaneously.
People just expect stuff to work.
As a cloud provider to people, we have to be, very cognizant of the consumer expectations. And they're not that different than the enterprise expectations.
Why do you think customers still have such clear, discrete differentiation between what's internal and external, and why are they not moving to mission critical?
The smart ones are really looking at it as cloud as a journey, right? And on that journey, you're going to need hardware and software. You're going to need private cloud for certain applications. For other applications, you can do just as well having it out on a public infrastructure, and then you're also going to need turnkey solutions.
There are obviously a number of applications that people could move from either virtualized infrastructure internally out to the public cloud. What are examples of applications that can only be done on the cloud?
It's less about the application than the ability to deliver mobility to their users and their workforce in a way that's secure.
Judy, I read with interest some of the things that you've done to drive the strategy at CHA. Could you talk about some of the things that you think, again, from a strategic standpoint, absolutely are very much driving the need for cloud?
Having that portal that you can come into with the right controls that would allow you to really be able to look at this and really function as one organization, even though you might be part of a network of 15 different agencies, hospitals, and organizations.
Customers are trying to figure out how to build things either in the private or public cloud and deploy them either in the private or public cloud. What are some of the challenges that are actually present to do that?
The first step is consolidation, and what I find is most people have done that today. They've gone from their 200 servers down to 20, and that's certainly cost effective. To get beyond and to get to the true ROI of what the business signed off on in virtualization is you really have to enable mobility. You have to get to that mobile application where it moves to ensure that high availability.
What do you think will trip us from being SME to genuine enterprise?
Other than the obvious ones that we've all mentioned around security, and I think there's a couple things that we see. One is physical, and one of the guys here mentioned that cloud's virtual. Well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because every cloud today is built on top of a virtualization engine. Either a VMware cloud or a Hyper-V cloud or a Zen cloud. There's applications that just don't want to run virtual. But to take advantage of a private cloud or cloud inside their data centers so they're not getting tripped up by security and some of the other issues, they would require physical clouds. And I do think that's a trend that you're going to see. I think you're going to see more vendors like Egenera provide capability for physical clouds out there.
I mean, there are some things that obviously are just not possible without a cloud, one of which is obviously constant access from any device at any time for information. And so I think we're trying to, as an industry, make sure that customers can instantly see why this is not a nice to have, but a must have.